and it's been very profitable. So I am on my way to looking forward to what the Lord has in store for me throughout the day. And I'm thankful that you are joining me this morning. We're looking at exalted as we march our way to Christmas. We want to see different ways in which we can exalt the Lord Jesus in our lives and keep him the very center of the reason for the season, and helping people see Christ in us, the hope of glory. And so we want to look at exalting him in the workplace. Colossians chapter 3 and verse number 22 says, "Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, pleasing or fearing God. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons." Well, the scriptures are clear that ultimately God says, you know what? When you have a job and you work for a boss, because obviously the servant's master's picture in the scriptures is uniquely different from today's society in America, but very applicable to the employee-employer dynamic. And so God is saying here, listen, you work for somebody, understand that ultimately God gave you that job. God directed you to work in that venue, to work in that job, to work in that type of employment. And if you believe that, and you should, because it's true, that God is the one to whom you are ultimately accountable. So when your boss gives you a job description, ultimately the way you fulfill that job description is in obedience to Christ. It's in honoring and respecting God, in making sure that you accurately and appropriately reflect him and his character, not only in the work that you do, how you do it, and what kind of attitude you have in the process. These are all things that you do for God. And so he is reminding us that we're not to work so that our boss is happy. We're not to work so that our fellow workers are impressed. If you're doing those things, you're just selfish. You're just trying to do what's going to work out best for you. Ultimately, our motivation has to be, what does God think? Is my effort pleasing God? Am I giving my whole heart to this? Am I giving all of my best? Am I giving all of my energy? Am I holding back? Am I trying to get by? Am I trying to do the job just good enough? Where am I in this process of working? Whether you work 8 hours, whether you have a salary job and you work 10 hours or 12 hours or whatever the case may be, or you have a list of responsibilities that you have to fulfill, however your job works, you have to ask yourself, am I giving my best? Am I doing this the best that I can? Or am I trying to skate by? Am I trying to just do enough on the outward to impress the people who are watching? Or as God sees my heart and he sees all the details, is God pleased? Is God impressed? Because ultimately it reminds us that we're not working for a paycheck, and we're not working for a promotion. We're not working to impress people. We're not working as men pleasers. We're working so that God is pleased with our effort, that God is pleased with our attitude, that God is pleased with every action. And the reward is the fact that God is going to reward us for that. Oh, there are rewards that God blesses us with here on this earth. He may bless us with a pay raise because of our effort. He may bless us with a promotion because of the effort. God may bless us with a different job that was part of our career path, and he may open those doors and bless because we've been faithful. These are all things that are rewards, and we may benefit here on this earth, but that isn't my main motivation. That isn't my reason, unless it is. And if it is, then you have work to do in your own heart. You have to decide, am I doing this for me? Am I living life for me? Or am I living life for God? Do I really want to exalt Christ in my workplace? Do I want people to see me and the job I'm doing? Or do I want them to see Christ and the job he's doing through me? And so front and center and on the forefront of our testimony should be that we're a Christian, that we're unapologetically committed to the cause of Christ, that we're overwhelmed with gratitude because of our salvation. These are things that ought to be manifested in our workplace. And then the work that we do ought to be reflective on the fact that we are doing them for a higher purpose than just what we can get. And I don't know about you, but are you only busy when the boss walks in? Are you busier when the supervisor is watching? Do you act different when you're all by yourself in your cubicle, or when somebody comes into your cubicle? Whatever the case may be, you have to answer that question. And every one of us stands and gives an account to God each day for the work we've done, whether he was exalted in the workplace or whether we just got through another day. And so as we work our way towards Christmas, remember this. You're not just working for money to buy some presents. You're not just working for some money to pay your bills. You're actually fulfilling the will of God in the place that he has directed you. And you have the privilege to exalt Christ in the workplace. And then remember this, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. In other words, laziness brings its own consequence. Irresponsibility brings its own consequence. God says, don't be that way. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get fired. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get demoted. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get disciplined because of the fact that you just haven't given your best to the Lord, that you haven't exalted Christ in the workplace. And so here's one more way going to Christmas that we can be mindful of how to exalt Christ. I trust you'll do it today. May God bless you.